We're back with Kent Untermann.
When you first found the supplier, and then you made a phone call to them, right? What did you say to them? Because you're young, I mean, you really don't have a track record yet, right?
Well, there wasn't a lot of selling to do because these were hardcore, basically New Yorkish type guys, and they said, send us a check for $35,000 and we'll get your order started. And so there was no terms, there was no negotiating on price. It was, hey, if you show us your $35,000, we'll send you a container. If not,
they send you a catalog, or we'll send you a container of something?
Yeah, well, no, they did have a catalog, and we could choose the images, and we had to buy them in carton lots. But basically, we had to send them a check before they would process the order.
Did you fly up there, or just sight unseen?
No, I've run my business on trust a lot, sometimes to my detriment. But no, did not fly up there.
Huh, that's amazing.
Well, when did you start with the framing?
Oh, that's another good question. Basically, what happened was we were selling $6 pictures, and we dealt with other suppliers, and it was $10 and $15 and $30. I mean, I didn't at the time. You're in college and you're pinching pennies, and so you think, geez, people spend $30 on artwork. That's a lot of money. But we'd come to find out later that actually wasn't very much money. But then what I thought is, then I progressed into Koa frames. I said, well, if I could sell a Peggy Hopper frame for $100 and a Koa frame, once again, I always tried to back into my business models. At what price would people really buy a lot of something? And then I figure out, well, how can I afford to sell it for that? And so when I did that, I checked around with the other framers because I just wanted to sell art. I really didn't want to make it. But then when we couldn't sell it for the price that I wanted to, it forced us to have to make it to be able to give that value to our customers. So that's how the manufacturing started.
So you initially started to add value by putting a fancy frame around this artwork. That was, quasi so-so, and then you said, okay, let me just go into the frames?
Well, actually what happened was I think the value we're giving our customers by buying things by the container load, keeping our overhead low, not marking them up too much, but then that could only go so far. Then if we wanted to get more proprietary into more of the local art scene, that's when we had to manufacture things ourselves. So then we started giving the value and selection with the local artwork. Now, they were much higher price points. Now we're talking at the time, which seems so low today, is $100 framed art in Koa frames.
So how do you avoid confusion then? Because if you have certain lower priced items, right? Bargain type lower priced items, and then now you add in a higher priced good, a higher priced, higher quality. You're trying to give two marketing messages, but it's the same company. Like Toyota and Lexus, they spun off Lexus. But yours are still Pictures Plus. Yeah,
we're and it depends on when you talk about when we were at the swap meet and then when we went to the stores, and there's different store looks that we had over the years too. But going back to the swap meet days, it was a matter of different price points for different customers. Now the Koa framed artwork, we'd maybe sell 3 or 4 or 5 a day. We wouldn't sell a ton of them. We'd sell maybe 2 or 3 or 400 of the small, $6 variety framed art. But we also knew that had a lifespan to it. That wasn't going to last forever. It's a little bit of a trendy thing. Sooner or later, people are going to get tired, and the perceived value of this item at $6 wasn't going to last forever before it became a $6 picture.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.